Hi everyone. So today Diamond Press is launching some new items on their site. It's mydiamondpress.com. So these new items will be found there, not HSN. I know a lot of times we equate them with each other, but this is for mydiamondpress.com. And I will say right at the top here, these items were sent free of charge for my review. And of course, all opinions are my own. And the links I normally have for Diamond Press, I always have affiliate links, but with them, it's more of an affiliate discount code. So normally if you use the code VCDP10, you get 10% off your purchase. And that makes a small commission for myself, which is great. Works out for everyone. But I will say, you are going to want to use a different code today. It is DPFUN, so DPFUN, if you want to receive a discount on the whole new bundle of everything that they, brought out today. So we'll talk a little bit more about that in just a moment, but you're going to want to put in DPFUN to get the bundled discount. Okay, I'll have more information about that in the description box to make it a little more clear for you guys, and a little more specific will be all down in the description box. Again, to expand that, generally there's the video title down here. You might click on the video title. Sometimes if you might see already a little bit of the description box and you click on more or show more and that opens it up. And then sometimes you have to expand it even more than that to see everything else. So just click more again and it'll open up, because I do get that question quite often. So if you want to read a little more about what's going on, it'll be there for you guys. If you're watching now, possibly you came from Beth's live. So she went through all kinds of samples and examples you can make with these new kits. Obviously she talked about the bundle and all this great stuff. I will say there's also another really nice deal here is the freebie. So the freebie here, you can see it's all these stamps, super cute. You will receive this. Generally, they just add it to your order. If you place an order of $85 or more, after discounts and before taxes, you will receive this. If that's not how they're doing it, if they want you to add to the cart and then they'll discount it, I will put that information in the description box. But generally, you don't see this on the site. They'll just add it to your order. But let's make sure, read the description box for that information, because right now I'm not super 100% on that one. But so this is the freebie. So let's check it out. It's called Summer Stamps Freebie. So let's open this guy up and get right to it. Put these guys to the side for a little bit here. And generally what I do is I'll make a little tutorial at the end of the video also. But let's go through everything and see what they offer today, and we'll go from there. So yeah, it's called Ice Cream. Okay, so clearly with the ice creams that we saw there. Super cute. These are stamps, so you're going to have your cones, your little sugar cone, or your, basic, I guess they call cake cones. Is that what they're called? Yeah, I think the basic ones. With a little swirl kind of thing going, or you can do the scoops with different layers of scoops, or, the little chocolate drizzle there, maybe a strawberry color would be really cute, like a pinkish. You have some little accents, and you have the little cherry there. And then here you have another one that looks more like a little soft serve type thing, but it has two accent colors, right? So your main and then your deeper color there. Very cute. On this one, they're showing maybe a more of a plain, just round scoop, but you have the sprinkles, and then you have little topping bits. They're showing the cherry there that they showed here. So you have the cherry and then the little stem portion. So you have the little strawberry there that you can color in. As you can see, it's just, the outline. And then you have the little calyx there for you. All kinds of cute little motif, like little dots, little background things, fun things. The word sweet, some leaves. You're my favorite flavor. I hope your day is sweet. You're so sweet, and enjoy every moment. And some ideas there on those. And here we have these guys. Let's see so you can see them a little better. Nice large stamps. Hope you can see that. About the size of my hand too. I mean, they're good size. So it's a nice focal point for you. So that is the freebie, again, with $85 or more purchase after discounts before taxes. This one, I believe, is just the only set that's all dies. The ones are stamped and dies or stamps, some really cool stencils that I'm really curious to check out. So this is the Diamond Press Border Dies Paper Edge is what it says. And hopefully you can see already there's all kinds of edges on here. Let me rip that off. Sorry, I didn't want to have such a loud noise by your head there. Big guys. So what they're showing here is, again, I mean, you can take it and then put it on all 4 sides. So you have something like this, or just the one side, or a couple sides, you know, however, angled. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to use these guys. You have what looks like the notebook paper, a little bit different style one here, little rickrack kind of edge, a little more decorative edge with the little dots there, little scallop edge. It's so cute. Very feminine there. Just a fun kind of decal edge. Another one that looks a little more torn as far as the notebook edge there. You have like a postage edge, but it's like a little bit fun. I don't know if you can see, it's not exactly perfect. This one with, it just makes little holes. That's adorable. And this one has the stitching line or stitch line and also the little scallop edge. And they're showing you some ways that you might want to make your own little mat layers, the end of tags, you know, make a shaped card. Well, shaped, but you know what I'm saying, with the edge having a fun edge. Really cool. So I didn't even think about that. I just saw them and I thought, okay, right on the side of my card topper. But those are some really great ideas. Let me grab, wish I had my other ruler, but I'll keep using this one. I think these are about they're I was gonna say 8.5. They're actually just shy of 9 inches in length. So of course the depth and things are all going to be a little bit different, but that's really cool. Really nice, versatile set to have for sure. These guys, I'm curious if these, basically you have some sets that are kind of sport related. Not kind of, but that are. So we'll check that out in a minute. But these are things like this. This is a die and press. This is layering BTS stencils. So let's check this guy out. And it'll make sense to you in a minute. So we have baseball. Look, you can see like the little, I guess the whole thing. I don't know what it's called. The field. I would say home plate kind of thing going, but there's all these things. I'm not good at, I don't know anything about sports, guys. I'm not going to lie. So baseball 1 and 2, basketball 2, but I saw the basketball one over here. So basketball 1, look how cute the court. Oh my gosh. And then this accent piece also. Hockey. That's another one I don't know anything about. Hockey 1, but it's a rink. 1 and 2, I'm assuming. And then we'll look at the example, of course, so the inspo. And then your football field. Oh, okay. So basketball. Actually, I think this should also say football because, as you can see, it goes with this guy. So there you go. It just has a misprint on it. But let's check this out. So football field, I know that one. All right. So there you have it. I guess that's also a baseball field, right? So something cool like that. You have the little basketball court. I think that was adorable. Your football 1 again. Football 2. It says basketball 1, but it's supposed to say football 2. And then on the back here, your hockey rink. Very cool. That is so cute. So you're thinking, what are these? You know, you have your backgrounds, and then you're going to have your cute stamps, dies, all those kinds of things to decorate with, right? So it's really fun to have like your little background set. That's really cool. So those layering stencils, I will say they're about A2 size-ish. So the plastic is 5.5 by 4.25, so you can imagine they're made so that they would layer into an A2 size card. And this one's called Layering Sports Stencils. And so this will make sense with the next set I'm going to show you in just a moment here. And you have ruled paper. Oh, that's cool. That's fun. I mean, just for anything. Ruled paper. Number 2, it says library card 2. So I can see there's some little things here. Let's find pencils, apples. Okay, ruled paper. Oh my gosh, this is so cute, you guys. It's like that little old school paper that we learned, you know, with the little red lines and little dashes and all that. So when you wrote real big and learned, you know, above and below and all those kinds of the fun things when you're learning how to write. How cute is that? So ruled paper 1 and 2. Library card. You have a couple different library cards here. And, I mean, just super cute. So you have the little lines. That's adorable. Oh my gosh. It's like the old library cards we used to have. Pencils 1 and pencils 2. So you have the lead and barrel, and then you have like the little wood portion of your pencils. How cute is that? I'll give you a measurement in just a moment. And then apples. So, very cute. I think when I read it and it says like layering sports, I think that was this set. And then the sticker that says BTS Back to School should go with this set, because now I'm looking, I'm like, this doesn't have anything to do with sports. So the other one has to do with the next set. And then there's another set, stamps and dies, that would go real well with this. So we have the apples. How cute is that? Oh my gosh. The plastic, the stencil itself is 7 by 5. And you can see, I mean, a little bit around the edges is displaced right with just being on the edge. So just keep that in mind. So these are 5 by 7. A little bit is missing around the whole edge. This is definitely Back to School, BTS. And the other one is the layering sports, okay? So just some ideas here. That is so cute with the blue. So it's just like a color pencil, and then the kind of tannish color for the wood. You have your apples, of course. Look at this. Oh my gosh. That is so cute. Absolutely adorable. The library cards. I mean, it says you can just cut right along the outline and you have these little cards. That is so cute. So they're showing you a few different examples. How cute would it be to do that on like a little bit of like a light colored craft paper? So I remember with the kids, it was always like that pulpy kind of paper that I guess was probably less expensive. I don't know. But you guys know what I'm talking about? I'm sure you recall it. So there's that. So this guy, and actually I'll go ahead and bring this other one out. Where is it? I put it towards the back because I thought, oh, a lot of these are summer related. So I thought, well, back to school can be in the back, but we have a back to school set right here. So let's check this guy out. This is a lot here. This one says the Big Four stamps and dies, MLB, the NBA, the NFL, and NHL. So again, goes with those stencils that we just looked at. I know my kids did soccer when they were little, and then I guess my oldest son, he did football and all the things, wrestling, but I don't know. I don't know. We're more band people. Although my middle son now, he's doing wrestling and he really likes it. But he came from doing like jujitsu and he likes that too. So a little different. This is adorable. Oh my gosh. How cute is that? So you have to make like your little uniforms or little shirts or jerseys or however, right? Little tank top. You have your baseball bat with the accent pieces, your hockey sticks. You have your baseball. It would be a circle with the stamping, for like the little lacing, which is so cute. Or stitching, I guess. You have your helmet. I mean, how cute is that, guys, for the school colors and everything? This is awesome. The cute, like, collegiate, well, like, I guess athletic numbers, varsity, I guess is the word I'm looking for, with the outlines or, the dies to cut out those numbers. You have things with like little banners. So you have Go Team, Best of Luck, So Proud of, and then Champion, things like that. Little like shield. You have your basketball again with the stamp. Look how cute the little baseball glove. Oh, baseball. That's another one my son would do. Okay, so anyway, little star. And then here we have the different layering circles, it looks like. I mean, this is nice just for every day. I'm your biggest and then fan, and some cute little accents for that. This is adorable. Cheering for you on your big day. I mean, you guys, this is really well done. A little hockey puck. There you go. And all these cute things. That just reminds me of, you guys remember the movie Kicking and Screaming? It's still funny. It's still funny to me every time I watch it, but the dad sells all kinds of different balls, right, for like sports, and then he's all hockey pucks, and it's like, what? I guess that's a ball, but not. Anyway. It's always in my head for some reason. Power play, birthday cheering, it's your all-star, grand slam, hope your day, you're the, all these words, obviously you're going to mix and match, and, best for you. You can pause there if you want to check those out. And then just a ton of card ideas. Of course, there's lots to do with this. Really, really cool. Look at this. These are sizable, like good size dies. So like this big circle, how cute is that? I mean, it's a 4-inch die. The inner portion is like 2 3/4, maybe a little bigger than that. You have your letters or your numbers, excuse me. I will say those are just over 1 inch, it seems like. The jersey itself is, like just over 3.5 inches by just over 2 inches in the other direction. I mean, these guys are huge. 5-inch, I would say, on the baseball bat, and then the hockey sticks there. All kinds of accent pieces. You have that shield again, knowing these are pretty big. You can see the size. Look at that. I mean, it's so cute. Oh my gosh. The helmet, everything. Adorable. And then these are the stamps. Again, these are acrylic stamps, and it is a big guy. You know, I showed you an example. I'm like, oh, the little baseball or like the basketball. I mean, this is a good size basketball, right? So, I mean, it's like 2¼ inches or so. All the cute different pieces there. Look at this. I mean, again, just a nice big background stamp to like ground whatever you're doing. The puck is huge there. I mean, everything. It's a great size. You have your basketball hoop. Wow. That is really, really well done. Super cute. So on the inspo it says big for sports, but this one is the back to school stamp and die set. And we'll check that out since we just looked at the stencils for both of those things. Let's check this out. Oh, so cute. Is that a box of crayons? That's what it looks like. Okay. So, oh, look at this. So we have the little die. It looks like a little pocket. Let's check it out. So let's see what's intended here. Super cute layering stencil. It actually has 4 stencils on it, which is so cute. So you can make all these different colors. We have this guy. Look at this. Assemble the crayon. That is so cute. So it is flat. You know, it's like a pocket, but it looks like it's like a box of crayons. That is adorable. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. You have ways of layering up a little crayon. And this one, if you want to go ahead and stamp that, stamp this, and do your accents, and then use your die. Sometimes people like to go ahead and cut out with the die, you know, so you know exactly where to stamp for these things to line up perfectly. So you can do it that way. You got this. Have a great day. You're special. You're amazing. I love you. Work hard and be kind. And those are the kinds of things you can stamp like in this little guy. That is adorable. Here are the crayons for this. Over here we have a couple of different dies. You have like the accent pieces and then, you know, thanks, crayon, hello, happy birthday, and then just a plain black center. So it's very classic looking, and it's hard to see with the black and the red. There you go. Little heart dies. Those are so cute. Happy birthday. I love it with the little extra like little loop-de-loops here. Okay, so you have things like teachers like you, and then make our world colorful, or thank you. You know, they pair it all together. Thank you for brightening my day. Thank you for brightening in the world. It says thank you for brightening my day. Have a colorful birthday. You know, different ways of mixing these things up. You are the brightest crayon. You're my favorite color. Everything is more colorful with you in the box. Birthday. Different ways to make sense of those. Little scribble, little loop-de-loops here, a straight line, but it looks like crayon, you know what I'm saying? It has like that kind of look. That's why. That is so cute. The little happy birthday, like you wrote it. A little lunchbox note, maybe. That's cute. And then the crayons there that we had seen in the beginning, because this lunchbox note, as you can see, is a good size. So the pocket die, the die itself is just over 4 inches. And you can imagine it's a little bit smaller once you put it together, right? Or fold it in. By like 3.5 or so, okay? Crayons, those hearts, again, good size there. These little notes, very cute. Again, you can pop that on a card, but it can stand alone. It's just over 4¼ inches by about almost 2 inches. And that's the top of the crayon box, so you have that portion there. Your cutting folder, of course, for the marquee. Sorry if I didn't mention that before. Whenever a set has dies, it comes with your cutting folder for the marquee. And these are the crayon borders. Cute. So again, different colors, barrels, you know, and so you can separate those out. Very cute. And that is, let me give you some measurement on this. The plastic itself is 3 inches by 6¼ and I would say the crayons take up about 2 inches, maybe a little around there, I would say, by like 5¼ ish. And then the stamps. Again, nice big stamps. So you have the accent for the pocket. Now that's just a nice die to have for pockets, but if you want to make it look like the crayon box, you would have these stamps for that. Look at this for that big crayon, the barrel, the accent pieces here, little scribble line. I love that. So cute. And all the different sentiments that we talked about are there. Very cool. Okay. So some of these other ones I'm going to share with you right now are very summary. So let's check these guys out. This one is, this one's Lawn Game Stamp and Die Set. Let's see what lawn games I see. My husband bought these when we got this RV, and I already forgot the name of them. This guy, the boards, cornhole. That's what it's called. I know it says something that has, in my opinion, nothing to do with what it does, but there you go. So let's look at the inspo, and then we'll come back and look at these things. Summer lawn games. So you have a rounded rectangle, right? And then you have your scalloped rectangle. And then you also have a little grass that is so cute. So it'll go with your little cornhole boards right there. You have little mallets. You have like a little badminton type of racket. Yeah, for sure. Because it has that thin little racket. It looks like a post. Yeah, probably for like the horseshoes and stuff like that. So we have horseshoes. We have this other kind of little... I guess, is that bocce ball or however you call this one with the mallet? I'm not sure. No, bocce ball, you just throw it, right? Cricket? I don't know. All right, I'm just guessing at this point. But yeah, it has the little badminton birdie, little shuttlecock there. It's so cute. The little bean bags for your cornhole board, and then the balls there. You have grass. You have dies for them too. You have little flowers, all kinds of little flowers, petals, not petals, leaves, excuse me. And then you have these little guys that look like, just like a little something, like this friendship, like ours is a total game changer. And it's just like a little shape, with this little like oval things that are like, your kindness is always a win. Thank you. Wishing you backyard fun and birthday cheer. Well, we have a lot of birthdays in the summer here. Tossing you a friendly hello across the field and fun things like that. So you can check that out if you want to pause it there. And some little other accent stamps. How cute is this? Oh my gosh, the way they set it up. The cornhole, and then all these other fun things with like the horseshoes and the badminton sets. So this guy, let's see. The stencil here. Again, the plastic itself is like 6.5 by 5.25, and the area that stencils looks like it's just under 4 inches by just like maybe 5.25 or so in the other direction. And then you have a little grass. Cute. And those two, I'm just holding them together, but it's the rectangle and the scallop rectangle. Your cutting folder, your dies. And, if you're putting both of these on a card, you're going to need them to work in that way. So this is, let's see, I would say like 1.5 inches by like 2.5 inches. These guys, the racket here is like 3.25, 3.5-ish. Some of these shapes, I'm just trying to give you a rough idea. 2.75-ish, I would say, on that one. This one's like 2.5 or so. Okay. So you have those. And then all the acrylic stamps there. That is so cute. Oh my gosh. I feel like every summer we had to buy a new set. Is that how they work? I'm pretty sure. Very cute. I say we had to buy. I guess you didn't have to, but it was a big deal. We loved playing badminton in the backyard. You have Sunny's Stamp and Die. This is going to be cute. We love the little sunglasses. Let's check them out. Oh, yeah. Okay. Whoa, what's this? Okay, we have some kind of cool paper here. So look how cute they are. And then the sides, temples, I guess what they're called here. Let's see. So we have the sunglasses. Sorry, I'm just looking ahead. Cute little hearts. You got your little like old school cat eye, kind of shapes. Your basic shape. This is very trendy. It's newer with the big square kind of things. Very cute. And then of course you have the temples so they can lay behind each other like that, or however you want to set them up. But that is adorable. Just some cute shapes. But butterflies. Flowers, stars, things like that. You have stamps that are like have a, and then like spectacular, the die, this is spectacular and day. So when you look at this, that's a die, right? You've been spectacular, you brighten my life, you brighten my day, things like this. We have these cute pieces that you can stamp and put them in as lenses. So you have these cool, geometric kind of shapes or patterns. Look at the little flower, so cute. Some little stripes here, and then you have these cool patterns, and it says stamp the optional decorative lenses on separate paper, cut them out in the shape of desired glasses, and adhere behind frames. You may also use the included vellum sheets to cut out lenses, so that's what's in there. That is super cool. You're a sight for sore eyes. I adore you. Fun things. I hope to see you soon. Your future looks bright. Some different ways of how you might want to use these. Super cute. I love this so much. So vellum. I'll just give you a quick idea of the vellum here. It feels like there's lots of sheets of it in here. They look A2 size, and they look like this. So it's some nice thick vellum. Very cute. That's cool. And then your frames over here. So let me give you a rough idea. This one's like 3 3/4. That one's closer to 4 inches. And I'm metal to metal, so it's going to be a little bit smaller once you cut them. That one also is a little bit over 3 3/4. The temples are like almost 4 inches on that one. This one's a little bit smaller at about 3 inches. So these guys are smaller than these guys, just to have an idea. These are more like 3-inch frames, and then the wordings and the cute little other decorative bits. That is very cool. And then these stamps, your acrylic stamps here with the layering stamps and just some other little backgrounds. Super cute. Some fun little, you know, motifs to decorate your cards. Super cute. So this one is a stamp and die set called County Fair. Let's check this guy out. Really cute. Okay. Oh, look at that. The little roller coaster. That is adorable. Again, with your cutting folder, they all have the cutting folder if I hadn't pointed it out. So yeah, you have your stamp and your die for the roller coaster, your Ferris wheel, your carousel. Well, actually, that's not a carousel. Well, I guess this is more carousel looking, but this is that one where the swings when it goes around and it kind of throws them out. If that makes sense. You have your little like circus tent. You have a little popcorn cart, your ice cream vendor kind of look, the cotton candy cart. You have like a hot air balloon that dies for all of those. And then over here we have, sorry, I was checking the lighting. It looks a little funky. Hold on. It looks a little dark, but maybe it'll correct itself. Sorry. Trees, you know, clouds and dies. This looks like, oh, it's a little, the little thing that you're going to write in, right? I don't know what that's called. Just a little thing you write in. Okay, there you go. Maybe the sun, your clouds. You have the little guys for like the carousel. Super cute. Oh my gosh. And then like little firework background kind of stamps. How cute is this? I love that with little like watercolor, almost like the bingo daubers. But anyway, I got ahead of myself. Life is beautiful. Enjoy the ride. I'm here for you through ups and downs. Have a thrilling birthday. Have a really great day. Wishing you lots of fun on your birthday and things like that. So we have this little guy. Oh, okay. Yeah. So it's the little, you know, what are they called? I should go look it up, but I'm probably not going to. Anyway, the little guys that you write in for your Ferris wheel, and just super cute. This one has all kinds of guys, you know, the pieces as a whole scene, which is adorable. And okay, so like, okay, the roller coaster one is just about 3.5 inches by almost 3. You know, your little Ferris wheel's like 2 3/4 by just over 2.5, and then the other pieces are a little smaller than that. And then you have your stamps. So lots of stamps, super cute. I love the little horsey. That is adorable. So you just take a couple of those and pop one here and one here, and you know, there you go. And then again for your little Ferris wheel basket, bucket. What do you think they call them? I'm sure somebody here knows. They'll let me know. All right. Let's see, summer sentiment stamps. So this is a big stamp set, and I put it with these other guys because it's about summer. And then the next die set I have to show you is a baby one, so we will look at that in just a moment. But these are really big acrylic stamps, huge. Shine bright, sunny days, hello summer, soak up the sun, you know, oh hey, or oh hey, I don't know, hey, put the intonation on that one. Good day, sunshine, stay cool, nothing but blue skies, fun, sun-kissed, really cute motifs and icons, you know, the sun, you have like the beautiful hibiscus there, a little something like a little You know what I'm saying? The little hand with flowers, sunglasses, a cute little scene there. Very Hawaii, maybe California-ish. Summer. Everything is fine when there is sunshine. Life is better in flip-flops. Sending sunshine to brighten your day. Making waves and catching rays. Sunshine and smiles. All these fun things. Again, some more motifs. You got a little hang loose there. And sandals, you know, palm trees. Memories, wishing you. Very cute. Again, these are all stamps. So they're showing you here how you might want to make a little note card. I love the way they paired that up. Super easy, right? You have the little yellow sun and then black ink for the good day sunshine. Same thing here, just kind of a little whisper of something in the background. Really cute. So these guys are big. Just to give you an idea of the images, you know, so like this one, it's almost 3 inches. I would say it probably is 3 inches. 2 3/4. By like 2 inches. I mean, this big guy is almost 4 inches wide just on its own there. Almost, what, an inch, almost 1.5 inches. I know it's hard to tell in this ruler because of the way it's so see-through, but this one's almost 2.5 inches. So really nice and big, right? Just to give you an idea. Cute. I love that little here and there. The hibiscus. I mean, look how big this guy is. These sentiments. All right. Very cool. And then the last one I have to show you guys here is this sweet set Hello Baby Stamp and Die. Ah. There's a lot of little guys back here, and so the tape is just like wanting to stick to every single little bit that's exposed there. Okay, so again, stamp and die set, so you do have your cutting folder for the marquee, but these thin metal dies will go through any machine that cut thin metal dies. I love my marquee. I use it, I would say 99% of the time, I would say. Maybe, yeah. Let's see here. So you have stencils. Well, let's look at the inspo. And then, I mean, look how cute. This looks like a little like mobile type thing. So you have Stencils' little one, baby, in that block format, and then the little squares in the background. Super cute. You have the little block letters, so you can stamp them, and then you have the dies to cut them out, and they just have A, B, C, Y, so you can spell baby, or just like ABCs, right? Or anything else that is B, A's, and C's, and Y's. Right? You have your little rocket, it looks like a little planet, a onesie, the little car that looks very cute and baby-like. All these stamps have dies, so you can see that, and that's why there's so many on this piece here. So a little teddy bear, your stroller, your like baby elephant, a butterfly, the sun, you know, moon, pacifier, bib, so cute, little stars, a little rubber ducky, a baby bottle, another flower, a heart, and like a little rainbow. And then they're showing you here that you can add the little letters and die cuts to this little thing. So it looks like a little mobile, like a little cloud mobile. How cute is that? It's a girl, it's a boy, and you have a die for that. And then just the block letters A, B, C, Y, so you can just cut them. A banner, which is always great to have, on your growing family, on your new tiny human, which is so cute. This one's a little more, you know, swishy kind of banner here. On the new, welcome, happy new, hello, sweet. Another block that has like stitching, the word congrats, hearts. And then just wording like, congrats on becoming a grandparent. Oh, that's nice, because a lot of times these are focused on, you know, parents, and that is very cute. Best wishes for your happy and healthy bundle of joy. Blessings to you and your new, you know, whatever you want to pair it with over here. Showering you with love and hello. And that is just super adorable. How cute. I mean, you guys, look at, oh my gosh. Super cute. So, stencils, again, have a nice size. Let's see here. They look like they're kind of focused like in a square kind of format in the very center. So the plastic itself is like 6 1/4 by like 5. But as you can see, you know, this is kind of centered in here, but of course you can put that on any size card. It gets about 3.5 inches or so. And then this one with the baby, just about 4 inches by like 3.5. And then this one just says little one really big. And again, just like 3 3/4-ish on that one. And then we have these guys. I'll show you. The mobile is just like 3.5 inches by like almost 3. The banner, you know, this guy is like 3 3/4. I'll give you a quick measure, and this one's like 3 inches. The little word congrats, I love it. And look at all the different little shapes. I mean, you can mix and match these two, like these can layer up, I suppose. Really cute. All the different dies there. I mean, to give you an idea, I would say they're like an inch, inch and a half, you know? Like that one's closer to an inch and a half. This one's just under an inch. Just giving you an idea, about an inch. Super cute. We used to, back in the day, make inchies. You guys remember inchies? It was just like a cute way to decorate something. Then you might put 3 or 4 or 5 of them on a card. And this would be adorable for that kind of thing. Just have them there. So again, all the stamps, your acrylic stamps there that are super cute. And some of these are great for the inside of the card too, you know, not just to be on the outside there. Whew. All right, guys. So that was a lot to go through. They were all super cute and awesome. Very well done, in my opinion, as I'm looking at the pieces that they come with. Like, everything is just done so well. So what I'm going to do is probably use the free stamp set and then a couple other bits to make a card or a project for you guys. And so let me clear the decks and, you know, put this away, and I will be right back. Okay, guys, so I think I'm going to focus, like I said, on the freebie set, but I am going to use a couple other items. Like this is from the lawn game set, I believe. And what I'm going to do is, this is a piece of cardstock that's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 already, so I'm just going to probably do a little something, a little accenting in there. I will trim this down in a minute because I like that to be a little smaller, you know. But for now, it's a whole 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then I'm going to make a card base just out of some patterned paper already. So, like, why not, you know? You could always matte layer the inside, but this is going to be the outside. So this will be the front part of my card. And so I just need to cut this at 5 1/2. It should be 8 1/2 already in the other direction. And score it at 4 1/4. And I'm just gonna fold that. So just pattern paper as a card base. Something I don't do too often. I just want to do something a little different right now. And let me grab a couple other items. I didn't grab anything to do my stenciling with yet, but I do have my grip mat. I'm gonna take this off because I know it makes a lot of noise sometimes. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm just gonna put down, I only took the top off of this. I mean, you can take the back round piece, especially if you're going to rinse it off. Obviously, you want to take that off. But for now, I'm just leaving it like that. So I'll put this on here and line this guy up in the center. Now, I am going to trim this down. So honestly, if I wanted to, I can probably just bring it over here and then just trim off 2 sides instead of trimming off all 4 sides. So that's probably what I'll do. I'll bring this here. And I'm just going to put a whisper of color. So I'm going to use this icicle color. It's very, very, very light. And I'm using a blue, but, you know, whatever it is you like. Just a little something to add a little something in the background. And I mean a whisper of color. So I'm just going to go around the whole thing and just add a little something. And you can go darker if you like. I just... a little something. Okay. And I'm gonna remove that. And yeah, just a little hint of something is what I was looking for. And I'm gonna, I know it's hard to see, there you go. I'm gonna trim this off so that it is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and I will be right back. Okay, I got those 2 cut off of there, and then I'm going to go in with my freebie. It does have sentiments, but I think I'm going to possibly pull a sentiment from the large summer set here. But let's see. Cute. I'm going to go with this guy. Okay, so I'm going to get a stamp positioner and pretty much have this little guy here. I'll be right back. Okay, so as I place this, I'm going to eyeball, you know, where I want this to be. And I think I'm going to use this one. So I also want to make sure I have room for that. So maybe a little further down. Cute. Okay. And I want like a very light brown color. So let's see here. Use this guy. And maybe this burlap color, just like the lightest color. And you can definitely do a second generation stamping, meaning stamp it off and then stamp it again without re-inking in between, so that the stamp is lighter. But I'm going to try with this one. I think that'll work. And a lot of times people ask what I did to prepare my acrylic stamps or my stamps. Nothing, you just saw it. I took it off there and I used it, so that looks great. If you want, well, I took it off already, but if you want to do, you can get even like a darker brown and just like ink it on the, while it's still here, and just kind of ink it on the very edges and then stamp it again and you'll have like a little shading. Or even the same color, just do it again because it'll just be darker from the first time. Okay, so we got that guy, and if I'm going to do this, I do like strawberry ice cream and pink, so that's kind of what would keep me to do this. I want to do that in like a pink color, so I'm just laying it on top, kind of touching the little base a little bit. So if we're going to do like a strawberry ice cream, okay, and I mean, oh, we can do with this taffy. Yeah, okay. I'm just debating, sorry. I was like, maybe I should go more classically pink, but this might be okay. That looks pretty good. We can do it one more time if we like. I do like the light color of that, but I'm going to go ahead and hit it one more time. Okay, let that soak in. Looks great. And then the accent to that guy is this one over here. Really cute, really cute. And this guy, all I'm doing, when you're looking at your stamps, hopefully, I don't know if you can see if this will focus up here. See how it kind of bevels in? So it's higher here, but it kind of comes in at an angle, okay? So I'm always looking at that angle, this harsh line more towards the inside when I go to line things up, and that's kind of how I do it. So as I'm looking through, like if I try to line up with like the outer edge, obviously that's not going to work, or this one, but if you're looking at that little beveled edge, you'll see it really well and you'll be able to line it up a lot better because that's basically what's going to be touching. So like right there, that looks great. Pick that guy up. And I was debating if I should go with red instead of more pink. That's okay. I'll use this berry color. I think that'll be fine. It's more of a pinky purple kind of color. I mean, that's pretty good. I missed that little corner there, but I was going to do it again anyway since I re-inked the bottom one. So I did it twice. I'll do this one twice also. What am I doing? The lid on here completely backwards. I missed this section right here. There we go. How cute and fresh is that? Lovely. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. I did use a water-based ink. Because I think I'm going to stamp the sentiment with some black ink and possibly heat set it. So I am going to give that a moment to dry. Go rinse these things off while I'm doing that. And I'll be right back. Okay, and if you want to hit that with a heat tool in the meantime, you can definitely do that. I'm going to give myself a little bit of room here because I'm going to put a stamp down here. I will put some of this on here. I am using clear embossing powder, so it's not like the biggest deal, but I am using an embossing buddy. I don't know what they call these anymore, but something like that. And I'm going to use some VersaFine ink because it stays sticky for a long time. Some clear embossing powder. Black embossing powder would be great, but you know, if it goes anywhere you don't want it, you're going to want to clear it off, and it's a whole thing. So I'd rather not deal with that right now. I like clear embossing powder and then colored inks. Ooh, okay. Stay cool. I think that's fun. A little punny. It's very cute. I mean, there's a bunch of cute little things even on this one that you might want to throw in here and there, right? Like on their little icons. But, I mean, it can be over to the side. I was going to stamp it right on here because I figured that's cute. So, again, I'm completely eyeballing this. I think that looks good. Pick this guy up. Blow away a little bit of that excess stuff. Let's see that there. My little hinges, or these springs are, I don't know if you can hear them, but I could. Okay. Generally I put a scrap, oh, you know I have scrap paper right here. Like typing paper or printer paper as they call it nowadays. Some clear embossing powder. And I put it on a paper like this because that way I can just scoop it right back in. So I can see there's a little bit excess there, but I'm not going to color or do anything else right now, so honestly that's not going to bother too much. It's like when you go to stencil or do something else afterwards and there's little bits that are stuck, it's not great because then you're going to, it's going to act as a resist, right? Anyway, I can funnel this right back into my bottle. I'm going to heat set that and I'll be right back. Okay. And that is done. I usually let that sit for a minute before I really stick that down, so I will be right back. Okay guys, so I'll go ahead and just stick this onto my card. It's a real quick one because I know I spent quite a few of your minutes going over all the different kits. So again, if you want to get the new release bundle at that discounted price, you're going to want to use the code DPFUN, and the freebie set with an order of $85 or more after discounts, before taxes, all that good stuff. And there it is, guys. I'm gonna turn that over so I can really give it a squish. A lot of times when you heat set something, it kind of gets a little bit wonky, so you're definitely gonna want to get that flattened out. But there it is, guys. So thanks for watching. Thanks so much, Diane Press, for sending these items for review. I'll have images coming up. Again, the links and info as needed in the description box, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.